When it comes to SUVs, not all of them are winners. Some will treat you right for years, others will leave you stranded on the side of the road. Today I'll show you the 5 absolute worst SUVs you need to avoid at all costs, and the 7 best ones that actually deliver on their promises. And wait until you see number 3 on our best list. It's so good that it's forcing luxury manufacturers to completely rethink their pricing strategy. Starting the countdown of our worst SUVs list is the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. And yes, I still can't forgive them for slapping the Eclipse name on an uninspiring crossover. For 2025, they attempted some cosmetic upgrades, but unfortunately, they've done little to address the underlying issues that make this one of the weaker options in the subcompact segment. The 1.5-liter turbocharged engine pushes out a measly 152 horsepower while somehow still managing to be thirsty, delivering just 25 miles per gallon combined when competitors are easily hitting 30 plus. Take it on any road with actual curves and you'll immediately notice the disconnect between your inputs and what the vehicle decides to do. The steering feels vague, like you're merely suggesting a direction rather than controlling it. The suspension can't decide if it's trying to be sporty or comfortable, so it fails at both. Highway driving? Hope you enjoy shouting over the road noise. The sound insulation is so poor you'll think the windows are partially open even when they're closed. The recently upgraded 8-inch touchscreen sounds impressive until you tap it and wait for basic functions to load. Look, the $26,000 starting price might seem tempting, but remember, just because something's affordable doesn't mean it's a good value. There are at least 5 better options at this price point that won't make you regret your purchase decision every morning. Number 4 on our list of disappointments is the Ford Escape. I've followed this model through multiple generations, and it's like watching a star athlete gradually decline into mediocrity. The reliability data tells the story here. The 1.5-liter EcoBoost engine has developed a reputation for coolant intrusion issues and premature failures. Ford has implemented fixes, but consumer confidence has been understandably shaken. The powertrain control module has also been a known trouble spot, with numerous owners reporting sudden loss of power on highways. Warranty coverage is another area where the Escape falls short. While Hyundai and Kia are offering 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranties, Ford is sticking with an increasingly uncompetitive 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain coverage. When you're investing over $30,000 in a vehicle, that difference matters. The material quality simply doesn't match the price point. The plastic door panels and dashboard feel like they belong in a vehicle costing $10,000 less. During extended test drives, the cabin produces more squeaks and rattles than vehicles with twice the mileage. What's particularly frustrating is seeing what Ford is capable of with products like the Bronco and Maverick. The Escape feels like it got the engineering B team, which is inexcusable considering how important the compact crossover segment is to Ford's bottom line. Taking our number 3 spot is the Volkswagen Tiguan. The 2025 model seems to have forgotten what made German engineering desirable in the first place. The 2.0-liter turbocharged engine is the dictionary definition of underwhelming, managing just 184 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time that makes you question if there's actually an engine under the hood. 8.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour. Yeah. The all-wheel drive models struggle to hit 24 miles per gallon combined in real-world driving. In 2025, when competitors are pushing well above 30 miles per gallon, this feels like technology from a decade ago. Premium fuel is recommended for optimal performance, adding insult to injury at the pump. The driving assistance features lag a generation behind the competition. The lane-keeping system is so inconsistent that most owners simply turn it off rather than deal with its unpredictable interventions. The adaptive cruise control maintains speed well enough, but struggles with smooth deceleration when traffic slows. VW's warranty situation tells you everything you need to know about their confidence in this product. After briefly offering an industry-leading 6-year, 72,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, they've backpedaled to much less impressive 4-year, 55,000-mile coverage. That's a red flag if I ever saw one. Our number 2 worst SUV for 2025 is the Dodge Hornet, a textbook example of badge engineering gone wrong. Let's call this what it is, a rebadge Alfa Romeo Tonale, with some Dodge styling cues slapped on. Stellantis apparently thought American buyers wouldn't notice or care that they're essentially getting an Alfa with questionable reliability and a different grille. Having spent considerable time with both vehicles, the corner cutting is obvious everywhere you look. The Hornet GT's 2.0-liter turbocharged engine delivers 268 horsepower, but it's saddled with a thirst for premium fuel and delivers a dismal 24 miles per gallon combined. The starting price of $34,000 positions it against established competitors with proven track records, while the $42,000+ RT PHEW pushes it into premium territory without delivering a premium experience. The value equation simply doesn't compute. Early reliability data should have alarm bells ringing for potential buyers. Electrical gremlins are already appearing in owner forums, particularly with the infotainment system and driver assistance features. The interior materials would be acceptable at $25,000, but feel downright cheap at the Hornet's price point. The abundance of hard plastics on touch points like door panels and the center console create a constant reminder that you're not getting what you paid for. Projected resale values are another concern. Based on depreciation curves of similar vehicles, you can expect the Hornet to lose nearly 60% of its value in the first 3 years. That's a big hit that transforms your performance bargain into an expensive mistake. Taking the honor of the worst SUV for 2025 is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, proving that name recognition and heritage only get you so far when fundamental issues persist. Okay, let's be clear. The Grand Cherokee looks great. The exterior design team deserves raises all around. The problem is everything else, starting with reliability that ranks among the lowest in the industry. J.D. Power and Consumer Reports both place the Grand Cherokee well below average for dependability, with electrical systems, power equipment, and transmission issues being particularly prevalent. The infotainment system, Uconnect 5, crashes and freezes more often than a Windows 95 computer. Fuel economy remains abysmal across the lineup. The V6 struggles to deliver 22 miles per gallon combined in real-world driving, while the V8 dips into the mid-teens, numbers that feel increasingly out of touch in 2025. Even the heavily marketed 4xe plug-in hybrid manages just 23 miles of all-electric range before reverting to disappointing hybrid efficiency. The $41,830 starting price for the base Laredo model is misleading since it lacks most of the features showcased in Jeep's marketing. Want the equipment levels shown in advertisements? You'll need the limited trim at minimum, pushing your investment well past $50,000. Add popular options and you're looking at nearly $60,000 for a vehicle with documented reliability concerns. Alright guys, before we get into the SUVs that are actually worth your hard-earned cash, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I don't ask this lightly. I only want subscribers who genuinely want no-nonsense car advice without the sugarcoating. If that's you, subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos. Now, starting off our list of the best SUVs at number 7 is the Mercedes-Benz GLE, a vehicle that demonstrates why the three-pointed star continues to be a benchmark in the luxury segment, despite its hefty price tag. Yes, at $62,650 for the base GLE 350, it's expensive. But unlike many luxury vehicles, where you're paying primarily for the badge, the GLE delivers substance that justifies much of its premium. The sweet spot in the lineup is unquestionably the GLE 450, with its silky smooth 3.0-liter inline-6 paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system. It delivers around 375 horsepower And the 9-speed transmission is practically telepathic, always finding the right gear without hunting or hesitation. Inside is where the GLE makes the strongest case. The dual 12.3-inch screens create a tech-forward but elegantly integrated cockpit. The latest MBUX infotainment system has evolved significantly, now offering genuinely useful voice controls that understand natural language. Material quality throughout the cabin is exceptional. Actual leather, real metal, genuine wood. The optional 64-color ambient lighting transforms the cabin at night, making even routine drives feel special. The seats offer the perfect balance of support and comfort, with enough adjustability to accommodate virtually any body type. The available e-active body control suspension, an admittedly pricey option at around $8,000, uses cameras to scan the road ahead for imperfections, preparing the suspension before you reach them. The result is a ride quality that's genuinely transformative. It needs to be experienced to be believed. Next at number 6 on our best SUVs list is the BMW X1. The 2025 model starts at a relatively accessible $40,450. Not cheap, but attainable for many looking to step into the luxury segment. What's impressive is how little the X1 feels like a compromise despite its entry-level position in BMW's lineup. The B48 2.0-liter turbocharged engine now generates 241 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, delivering a 0-60 time of 6.2 seconds. That feels even quicker in real-world driving thanks to minimal turbo lag. The 7-speed dual-clutch transmission deserves special mention for its character. In comfort mode, it's smooth and unobtrusive. Switch to sport mode and it transforms, holding gears longer and executing rapid-fire shifts that enhance the driving experience. It's one of the few automatic transmissions that actually changes its personality meaningfully between drive modes. What really separates the X1 from competitors is its handling. The steering provides genuine feedback about road conditions, and the chassis balance makes you forget you're driving a practical crossover. Interior space defies the compact exterior dimensions, with 25.6 cubic feet of cargo space behind the rear seats, expanding to 56.8 cubic feet with them folded. The X1 offers practicality that rivals many midsize crossovers. The rear seats can comfortably accommodate 6-foot adults with headroom and legroom that embarrasses some physically larger competitors. Fuel economy is another X1 strength, delivering up to 28 miles per gallon combined in real-world driving. Taking the number 5 spot on our best SUVs countdown is the Honda CR-V Hybrid. It combines a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder with 2 electric motors for a system total of 204 horsepower. Raw numbers rarely tell the whole story, and that's certainly true here. The instant torque from the electric motors provides satisfying response in daily driving situations, particularly from 0 to 30 miles per hour where most of us spend our commuting lives. The real headline is efficiency, 40 mile per gallon city and 34 mile per gallon highway in real-world driving, not just on the EPA test cycle. For a typical driver covering 15,000 miles annually, that's a saving of around $650 compared to conventionally powered competitors. Interior packaging has always been a Honda strength, and the CR-V Hybrid continues this tradition. The cargo area offers 39.2 cubic feet behind the rear seats, enough for 4 full-size suitcases plus additional soft bags. The rear seats offer more legroom than some mid-size sedans, with a nearly flat floor enhancing comfort for the middle passenger. The interior design prioritizes function without feeling basic or cheap. Material quality in high-touch areas is exceptional for this price point, with soft-touch surfaces where it matters and hard-wearing materials where durability is critical. Everything is exactly where you expect it to be, with physical controls for climate and core audio functions. Honda Sensing comes standard on all trims and includes adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation braking, and lane keeping assist. Starting at $34,925, this hybrid is definitely worth it. Securing the number 4 position is the Genesis GV70. Its exterior design remains its most immediate strength. While European rivals seem locked in an endless cycle of derivative styling, Genesis has created something genuinely distinctive with its split lighting elements and athletic proportions. This is a vehicle that turns heads not because people recognize the badge, but because it looks spectacular from any angle. Powertrain options start with a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder delivering 300 horsepower, already outclassing base engines from established rivals. The optional 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 cranks things up to 375 horsepower, launching this compact SUV from 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. The interior is where established luxury brands should be worried. Everything you touch feels genuinely premium, real leather, not leatherette, actual metal, not printed plastic, open-pore wood, not printed vinyl. The unique oval theme throughout the cabin creates an environment that feels special rather than generic. The 14.5-inch infotainment screen is controlled via a physical rotary controller that provides tactile feedback, lacking in touchscreen-only systems. For 2025, Genesis has expanded the driver assistance suite to include capabilities previously limited to flagship luxury vehicles. The remote smart parking assist allows the GV70 to park itself with the driver either inside or outside the vehicle. Highway Driving Assist 2 provides near autonomous highway operation, handling lane changes with a tap of a turn signal, all working with a natural feel that inspires confidence. The clincher is value, $44,700 for the 2.5T and $56,650 for the 3.5T. Add Genesis's 5-year, 60,000-mile basic warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, and 3 years of complimentary maintenance with service valet, and the ownership proposition becomes even more compelling. Taking our bronze medal at number 3 is the Kia Telluride. The 2025 model maintains its commanding presence with subtle updates to its successful design. Power comes from a naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6 producing 291 horsepower. Where the Telluride truly excels is interior space and quality. With room for 8 adults across 3 genuinely usable rows, this is one of a few midsize SUVs where the third row isn't a punishment. Cargo space remains generous at 21 cubic feet behind the third row, expanding to 87 cubic feet with all seats folded. Material quality and assembly precision continue to impress, with soft-touch surfaces, available Nappa leather, and thoughtful details throughout. The 12.3-inch infotainment system features crisp graphics and responsive performance, while the digital instrument cluster provides information without overwhelming the driver. Physical controls for climate and core audio functions ensure you're not diving into touch menus for basic adjustments. For 2025, Kia has enhanced the already comprehensive safety suite with their latest Highway Driving Assist 2, which provides semi-autonomous operation on highways with lane change assistance. Towing capacity remains class competitive at 5,500 pounds, sufficient for most family boats or campers, while the available all-wheel drive system with terrain modes provides genuine capability in adverse conditions. Starting at $37,500 and ranging to around $51,000 fully loaded, the Telluride definitely earns its spot this high. Kia's industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage provides peace of mind that few competitors can match. Our runner-up at number 2 is the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. The performance credentials of this model are genuinely staggering. 641 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque in N-Grin Boost mode, enabling 0 to 60 sprints in just 3.4 seconds. Guys, these are supercar figures from a practical family crossover wearing a Hyundai badge. The N-E-Shift function simulates gear changes complete with torque interruptions and synthesized sounds. On paper, this sounds gimmicky. In practice, it creates a driving experience that engages you in ways most EVs simply don't. The N-Active Sound Plus system can be configured to your preference or turned off entirely. The handling capabilities redefine expectations for electric crossovers. The electronically controlled limited slip differential, adaptive dampers, and substantial chassis reinforcements create an EV that's genuinely entertaining on twisty roads. Charging capabilities remain class-leading thanks to the 800-volt architecture. In ideal conditions, the Ioniq 5N can charge from 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes, quick enough to make road trips genuinely feasible. The N-specific interior features excellent sports seats with substantial bolstering and unique drive mode controls. You can absolutely use this high-performance vehicle for daily family duties without compromise. At $67,500, the Ioniq 5N certainly isn't cheap, but context matters. This is a vehicle that delivers performance comparable to some six-figure sports cars while offering everyday usability. Taking the crown as our #1 best SUV of 2025 is the Mazda CX-5. Now in its 7th year since the current generation debut, the CX-5 has received continuous refinements rather than a ground-up redesign. The exterior design remains timelessly elegant with proportions and details that could easily wear a luxury badge. For 2025, subtle enhancements to the front fascia and new LED lighting signatures keep the look fresh, without changing what already worked beautifully. Under the hood, two excellent options cater to different priorities. The standard 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder delivers 187 horsepower, with a linear power delivery. The upgraded 2.5-liter turbocharged option produces a robust 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque when using premium fuel. Mazda's G-Vectoring Control Plus system subtly adjusts engine torque and braking forces during cornering to improve stability, creating a driving experience that feels natural rather than artificially enhanced. The interior punches far above its weight class. Materials throughout the cabin would feel appropriate in vehicles costing $15,000 more, with genuine leather, real aluminum trim, and soft-touch surfaces even in areas most competitors cover with hard plastic. The design prioritizes intuitive functionality over flashy tech with physical controls for climate and core infotainment functions, complementing the 10.25-inch display. All-wheel drive now comes standard on every CX-5, providing genuine foul-weather capability rather than just marketing talking points. Reliability remains stellar, with the CX-5 consistently ranking near the top in dependability studies. Starting at $29,300 and ranging to about $41,000 fully loaded, the CX-5 represents extraordinary value in a segment defined by price creep. And that's a wrap. Do you agree with my picks, or do you think there's an SUV that deserves to be here? Let me know what you think in the comments. Before you go, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want more, click on our other videos. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching.